Alright guys, so I want to cover the various sectors that I think each of you should monitor on a daily basis. Now, for you newer traders, in plain English, a sector is basically a family of stocks that belong in the same industry. So, in the technology sector, you'll see big technology companies such as Apple, Google, and Facebook. In the financial sector, that's made up of companies such as Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, yada yada yada. So just think of it that way to keep it nice and simple. A sector is a family of stocks or a grouping of stocks that are all in the same industry. So as you guys have seen from the other videos, you know the value in monitoring the sectors for identifying the fruitful trade opportunities. In this video, I just want to go over the individual sectors that I suggest you guys watch, and accompanying this video in the email, you'll also receive a Excel spreadsheet with these various sectors and many of the stocks that make up those sectors. So the four main things I would suggest you guys monitor is basically just the market as a whole, and that would be DIA, which is Dow Jones Industrial, SPY, which is the S&P 500, QQQ, that is tech, and then IWM, which is the Russell 2000, which is small caps. Mid to small caps. So guys, these are just basically, monitoring these four here will give you, a bird's eye view of really what's going on, in the overall market. And just at a quick glance right here, you can see we're in a very strong uptrend. So for having a feel of the overall condition of the market, I would suggest you guys have some charts where you constantly can monitor the Dow Jones, the SPY, the Qs, as well as IWM. Now for the individual sectors, these are the ones I suggest you guys follow, and these basically cover everything you'll need to watch to participate in every major move the market presents to us. The first one here is XLK. That is the technology sector. Again, guys, your Apple, your Facebook, your Google, all those guys are in there. So definitely one to watch, as many market-leading stocks make up the tech sector. XLF is the financial sector. And again, you got your Goldman Sachs, your Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, big-name financial companies. This is a very important sector to monitor because many market-leading stocks also make up the sector as well. XLV is the healthcare sector, and that's where you'll see your Johnson & Johnson's, your Celgene's, stocks, in the pharmaceutical, drug, healthcare world. Very important sector to watch. And then XLY, which is in a very strong trend at the moment, is your consumer discretionary. Now that is stocks, for example, like a Home Depot, Amazon, big name stocks like that make up consumer discretionary. You should also monitor XLI, which is the industrial sector, XLE, which is the energy sector, XLP, which is consumer staples, and a great example of a follow the money trade, guys. A quick 50% return here this week in a few days, simply because identified money coming into the sector, followed, and had a nice trade. So that's XLP, consumer staples. XLB, that is the materials sector. That is worthwhile to watch as well. And then you have IYR, real estate, XLU, utilities. And then I got long-term treasuries. I don't really trade those, but something to monitor, which is TLT. And then gold. When gold goes on a move like this, a lot of individual gold mining stocks will make nice moves. So you can also monitor gold as well. So those are the main things you want to just keep an eye on every single day, guys. The Dow Jones, the S&P 500, the Qs, IWM, and then you got XLK, the tech sector, XLF, financial sector, XLV, the healthcare sector, XLY, consumer discretionary, XLI, industrials, XLE, energy, XLP, consumer staples, XLB, materials. Then you got your IYR, real estate, XLU, utilities, and treasuries and gold. Those are going to cover mainly the entire market, guys, all the major important sectors. You can also monitor these little smaller sectors here. IYT is the transportation sector that has things like UPS, FedEx, Boeing, Delta Airlines. So monitoring this sector would have allowed us to easily have identified the recent shift of capital into airline stocks. You can also monitor IBB. I would suggest highly monitoring this one. These are all of the biotech healthcare stocks. Very volatile stocks, guys. These are companies, as a general statement, with no earnings. However, a lot of speculation around drugs, so be careful in there. GDX, the gold miners. TAN, which is the solar sector. You got things like Canadian Solar, Versolar and First Solar, Solar Edge, DQ, and then ITB, which is the home builders. So guys, again, set these charts up however you wish, but the market moves in rotation. Money leaves one sector and enters the next. By constantly monitoring these charts each and every day, we'll easily be able to identify situations like this where it is clear as day big time money is heading into tech. So set it up how you wish, guys, but I highly suggest tracking each of these sectors every day. It doesn't take much work, 2 or 3 glances a day to get a general feel of what's overbought, what's oversold, and what could be ready for a move ahead.